All right, welcome. Welcome to the 14 Eagles Thursday night call and webinar. This is Brian Frazier, one of the facilitators of 14 Eagles, and happy to see the ones that could make it tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. This call will be recorded, so if anyone has missed the call, don't fret, because as Greg always says, we leave no stone unturned. So we'll record this call, and we will be getting this call out. So anyone that has missed it, be sure that you listen to the call on the recording. And we ask that you pass this call out to as many people as you can, to the ones that could not make it, because we want to make sure that they can get the information that we put out on the call and be able to understand the concept of 14 Eagles and why we're here. Again, my name is Brian Frazier, and the first thing that I want to do is I want to go over some updates real quick, just to get everybody updated. Everybody knows that we just redid our 14 Eagles community website, and if you're on the computer, you can see it on your screen now. This is our new community website. We just got it up a couple of weeks ago, and we're very proud of this website. 95% of everything that you want to know about 14 Eagles is right here on this website. So we really encourage you to peruse this website, go through it with a fine-tooth comb, look at all the videos on the website, because it really will give you a good perspective of what the 14 Eagles is all about and why we're here. Also, along with the new community website that we have here, we also have we've redone our software, our gifting software as well, and so that's still in the works. Although the actual software platform went live a couple of weeks ago, we are still making some changes to it and some upgrades to it. Here shortly, the registration to get into the 14 Eagles platform will probably be shut down sometime tonight or tomorrow, because there's some things that have to be done to the software, and it requires them to shut down the registration. So just be patient with that, because it will be back up once they finish whatever they got to do. We want to make sure this thing is running properly, and that we, keep the glitches down to a minimum before we really get into the campaign that we're getting ready to launch. And so we're doing everything that we can to make sure everything is running smoothly, and we don't have any major problems going forward. With these things, you're always going to have glitches and hiccups, and so we try to take care as much as we possibly can to keep those glitches and hiccups down to a minimum as much as possible. And so everybody can have a good and great experience using the platform and receiving and sending gifts as much as we possibly can. All right, so let's get into the meat of the matter here today. The thing that we like to talk about here on 14 Eagles on Thursday nights is mostly about why we're here and what we do. As I said earlier, we really encourage you to come to the community website, which is located at www.14eaglesden.com, and we really ask you to really go over the website. As I said before, 95% of what you want to find out about 14 Eagles is right here on this website, and it will scroll down, the menu tab will pop up, and you'll see all the different sections that we have with the website. And we feel that we've got some pretty good information on the website for you to peruse and study and get to understand. It's a little different than what most people are used to. I think I can say that. 14 Eagles is not a corporation. It's not a business. It's not a MLM or anything like that, which you'll see in a minute. but it's totally different than what most people are used to. And so it takes a little educating people about what we do here. And so that's why we ask you to really go over the website to get as much information as you possibly can. One thing that I do want to show real quick, and I just want to do it briefly, I want to show you what 14 Eagles is not before I show you what 14 Eagles really is. Because this is the thing that most people are, if I can bring it up here, this is the part that most people are really associate 14 Eagles to when they hear what the platform really is, when they hear about the platform. And whether you're in 14 Eagles, you're on this call right now, you're already in 14 Eagles, or if you're here and you're a brand new person taking a look at 14 Eagles, or if you're looking at the recording and you're just taking a look at it for the first time, I want to get this out the way up front because a lot of people get confused and get miseducated about what a pyramid scheme is. And anytime that you have to bring someone in or quote unquote, people say recruit or invite somebody into some type of program or platform, the prevailing instinct is to say, well, oh, that's one of those pyramid things. And when most people say that, they really don't know what a pyramid really is. And so I want to just educate people just briefly on what a pyramid is and also what a Ponzi scheme is. So therefore, before we go into what 14 Eagles really is and what we do here, then we can dispel the myth about what a pyramid scheme is as it pertains to the 14 Eagles platform and community. All right? So I think that's just only fair. That's only fair to the people that are already involved in 14 Eagles and understand what it's all about. And I think it's only fair for the people that's taking a look to see what 14 Eagles is, because we don't want you to get the wrong idea about what 14 Eagles consist of and what it's all about and how our platform works. Okay, so I think that's fair. Now, to give you the definition, the Google definition about pyramid scheme, it says a pyramid scheme is a fraudulent system of making money based on recruiting an ever-increasing number of investors. And the key word here to pay attention to is investors. Now, the initial promoters recruit investors who in turn recruit more investors and so on. The scheme is called a pyramid because at each level, the number of investors increases. Okay. So when people say, well, okay, 14 Eagles is a pyramid, well, then we know that is not true. Because first of all, in 14 Eagles, there are no investors. There's nothing to invest in here. We don't have any fees. We don't have any payments here. Matter of fact, in 14 Eagles, to be honest with you, you can't even make money here, to be technical about it. Okay? So that's why, people have to be educated about what we do here at 14 Eagles, because it's not like any other program or platform that most people have seen. And so, we really have to give a little education, give a little more information, and so people can understand, and what I like to say, overstand what we're all about. And as you can see, 14 Eagles is nowhere near a pyramid scheme because, first of all, there's no investors here. There's nothing to invest in. So there's no rate of return, or there's no making money on your money, or any of those types of things. We are a gifting platform, and that's it. We send and receive gifts, peer-to-peer, which you'll see in a minute. And then the other one is the Ponzi scheme. Okay, and Ponzi scheme, the definition of Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investing scam promising high rates of return with a little risk to investors. The Ponzi scheme generates returns for early investors, there's that word again, and by acquiring new investors. This is similar to a pyramid scheme in that both are based on using new investors' funds to pay the earlier backers. Okay? So as you can see, we're nowhere close to being a Ponzi scheme. Nowhere near that. So in both of these cases, you have investors. And in both of these cases, you have investors that put up money to invest, hoping to get some type of return on their money. And in both of these platforms, in both of these schemes, they're using the last investors to pay the first investors. That's illegal. That's a money game. Okay? And so we want to educate people on that. So I want you to study this, get this in your head. So when people say, oh, that's one of those pyramid schemes, you can, with confidence, tell them, no, this is not a pyramid scheme. There's nowhere near it. Okay? Because most people don't know what a pyramid scheme really is. And so now you know. Okay, so we've gotten that out the way, so nobody can be confused about what we do here at 14 Eagles. All right, so I just wanted to do that, and I hope everybody can see that and understand that. We're nowhere near being a pyramid scheme. And, you know, in most cases, people get confused because of the structure itself, a pyramid. You know, the triangle, the triangle with the point up, that's what people envision in their head. And so, you know, they envision somebody being at the top of a pyramid and then everybody being below them. And so they put that into that definition of a pyramid scheme, especially when there's money going into it and you have to bring people in. And so they've been indoctrinated to think that way. And so we have to change the people's mentality on that and give them the proper information so they won't be confused in reference to that, just because they see a structure like a pyramid. All right? Because if you really look at it, and let's break it down for a second before we go on. If you really look at it, the place that people work in, at the corporations that people work in, okay, that's a true pyramid. It's not a pyramid scheme, but it's a pyramid structure. And it's a true pyramid structure because there's someone at the top of that pyramid. There's someone at the top, and the person at the top more than likely makes the most money within that structure. And within that structure, you have different levels within that pyramid structure. So you start out with the CEO, and then you come down to your upper management, which is a little more people, right? And then below the middle management, then you have your lower level management, like your supervisors and whatnot. So it's a lot more of them. And then you have all the employees, which is a bunch of those. And so that's what fills up that pyramid structure, if you can visualize what I'm saying here. So within that pyramid structure, if you are an employee, what are your chances of coming from an employee position and working your way up to become the CEO or the top of that pyramid structure, the top position in that pyramid structure? What are your chances? in attaining that level. All right? That's what you have to really look at. Because in most cases, that's 0 to none. Unless you're the family member of the person at the top. And you're going to inherit that position one day, in most cases. All right? Or if you know somebody that can bring you to that position. All right? So just think about that for a minute. That's a true pyramid structure, right? That really works like a pyramid. Not a pyramid scheme, but a pyramid structure. So yeah, so you might attain to become a supervisor one day, but you can't become a supervisor until what? A supervisor position is open, right? So it's even difficult to become a supervisor because you have to wait for that position to become open in order for you to be able to fill it. Well, that's the difference of a true pyramid structure, and then you have a platform that has a marketing structure like a pyramid, that's shaped like a pyramid. There's a difference. Because when you get into a marketing structure that's shaped like a pyramid, then no matter when you come in or who you are under, you can always have the ability to make more money or get to a higher level than the person that you're up under. And that's one of the biggest differences in those two types of structures. So one day we'll try to get some slides to get that in a visual so you can really see that. Because I don't think a lot of people really realize that, okay, when they hear the word or the term pyramid. And so, and see, that's what we're here for in 14 Eagles. We're here to educate people, to help people change their thinking and to change their mentality about what really goes on out here. That's what 14 Eagles is all about. You know, yes, we do have a gifting platform, and we send and receive gifts with one another. And that's what it's all about, people helping people. That is our concept. Matter of fact, our motto now, we've developed a new motto. It's called Give, Share, and Accept. See, we give from the heart here. We share the love, and we accept our blessings. And that's it in a nutshell. And see, we finally have something that we can really, grab hold to where people can actually come together, work together, and help each other in a financial way, where nobody's trying to take from you. Nobody's trying to swindle from you. There's no greed involved in it. And everybody's working together for everyone to benefit from. Now, that's a powerful concept if it can be done right. And see, gifting has been around for a long, long time. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. It just hasn't been presented correctly in these modern day times. Gifting has been around for hundreds of years. All right? And so now with the technology that we have today, we have the technology to make it work the way that it needs to work to benefit everybody involved. And we don't have to leave anybody out. So real quick, and like I said, I really want people to really go through the website. Click on every tab if you have to. But I really encourage you to do this. Read the welcome that we have here. And I'm going to do that real quick because the reason why I want to read the welcome that we have on the front page of the website is because it really gives you a perspective of what 14 Eagles is all about and why we're here. It says, 14 Eagles is a platform that provides like-minded people from all walks of life the opportunity to help one another. 14 Eagles is not a business. It's not a corporation. It's not a network marketing organization. Rather, it's a private, invitation-only, global community of people who believe in the principle that by helping others in that process, we help ourselves. That's the premise of 14 Eagles. As we give, so shall we receive. 14 Eagles commonly uses a unique online gifting platform that allows members to come together for mutual interest, commitment, and prosperity. 14 Eagles has taken a concept that is actually thousands of years old, giving, sharing, and accepting, and merged it with modern-day technology to create a virtual community, a community that has developed its own economy of peer-to-peer giving and sharing, which provides economic stability to become self-sufficient and self-sustaining. The 14 Eagles community is a bridge used to move people from a debt-based system formed on selling, buying, and taking to a collaborative-based system formed on giving, sharing, and accepting. The virtual community creates a paradigm shift in consciousness that inspires people to work together and garners love and harmony on a whole new spiritual level. You know, there's a universal law, God's law. Whatever you give out into the universe, you will get back in abundance. If you're someone that has a heart for giving and genuinely like helping people, then get with the individual who referred you with the 14 Eagles community and let them know you want to be a part of this growing movement to change the world into a place it was meant to be. To register for the 14 Eagles community is free, but to send and receive gifts through the platform, you will need to get a Cash App or OG Pay accounts. Get with the member that invited you to walk through that process. That's a small little section there that says a whole lot. And if you read that a couple of times and you really pay attention to the words, you'll get the concept of what 14 Eagles is all about. And that's what we push here, the concept itself. It's not about the money. It's about the concept of how we can come together to help one another, to get out of a condition that has been forced on us all of our lives. Think about it. The economy that we live in, the real world economy, okay, our economic system, we're less than 4% of the people in the world, less than 4% of the people in the world control 95% of the money in the world. That doesn't even fit logic. How does that even happen? I tell you, it doesn't happen by accident. Okay? There's something wrong with that picture. And you have around the world, just not in this country, but around the world, 80% of the people around the world is in poverty. In poverty. There's something wrong with that picture. That is not by accident. And so understand, only the people can take themselves out of that condition. And so we feel we have a platform here that can help the people, not just in this country, not just in your neighborhoods, but around the world, that can change that condition. Because the people are the ones who are who should be in control, not governments and corporations. I really want you to pay attention here, because it's not about the money. It's about the mentality and how we think. And in order to get out of the condition that we're in, we got to change our thinking. We got to change our mentality. We have to change our consciousness. And that's what 14 Eagles is here for. And I hope you can really understand that. And as you peruse the website, we really encourage you to watch these 3 videos here. Are you a connector? One small town. Okay. And your body is an illusion. And I challenge you, I challenge anybody to watch these 3 videos, and we have more videos coming to challenge your mind. Watch these 3 videos. Watch the presentation that tells you about the 14 Eagles platform. Fund Me 24/7 and Feed Me 24/7. If you watch those 6 videos, they're not very long, I guarantee your mind will start to change what you see out here today. I almost guarantee it. It's going to be difficult to watch these videos and not have it trigger something in your mind about what you see on a day-to-day basis. It's hard to. And so that's why we say go through this video. We feel that it's really, really going to help you to see what we're trying to do here at 14 Eagles. The platform itself, look at the video, and it'll walk you through how we send and receive gifts. It's a very simple thing. Very simple. All right. Now the other portion here is that, you know, we're building a community here, a virtual community. And in the virtual community, in any community for that matter, real world community, virtual community, doesn't matter. If you're building a community, you have to have businesses. You know, what's a community without a business? Without businesses in that community to provide the goods and services for the people in the community. So in our virtual community, we want businesses here too. So we encourage businesses to get involved with our community. And we have a process for businesses to do that. And so what we want businesses to do, which is very unique, because I don't think there's any other program out here that does what we do here for businesses. If you are a small business, you know, and we're talking about grassroots businesses, because what is one of the hardest things for a business to do? Advertise to the people that they want to sell their goods and services to. It's very expensive out here to advertise your business, to get your business out there to people so people can see what you have. So what we say is, look, we're building a community here. We have people here that may need the goods and services that you may have. So we say, look, become a part of our community. Become a part of our community with your business and whatever goods and services that you have. And you can advertise your goods and services on our 14 Eagles community site. And guess what? We won't charge you for it. You get to advertise for free. That's right, for free. And as we build our community, you have the advantage that most people that have businesses don't have. You get to advertise exclusively to a community for free. Now that's powerful. Well, then you may say, well, Brian, okay, so, all right, nothing's for free. What do we got to give up to advertise on the 14 Eagle site? No problem. The only thing that we want you to do is help us to build the community. Our currency is people. Because you can't have a community without people, right? So to advertise to our community, all we want you to do is to help build the community. That's all. So we have a way for you to do that. And the way that we're doing that, we've partnered with a company called Fund Me 24/7. And Fund Me 24/7, they have a marketing system to help people to get involved in Fund Me 24/7. It's called Feed Me 24/7. And Feed Me 24/7 gives away, and here we are, the word give again, right? They give away a free ebook to people to explain to them how to raise funds through crowdfunding. Now, crowdfunding is the new phenomenon now. All right? You might have heard the word crowdfunding, but most people are more familiar with the GoFundMes, and they have other companies. I can't think of the name right offhand. That help businesses with their promote their products and stuff. All right. Those are the ones that people are familiar with, especially GoFundMes, because when people are down and out, house burnt down in a bad storm, medical conditions, whatever, people set up GoFundMe pages for those people and try to raise money, right? Well, crowdfunding, Fund Me 24/7 has taken crowdfunding to a whole new level. A whole new level. A level that most people have not seen yet. And so it allows you to be able to raise funds for any type of personal project that you may have. And Feed Me 24/7 has an ebook that will educate you on how to do that and why to do that. There's no more having to go to a bank and beg a bank for a loan anymore. See? We can do that ourselves. We can work together ourselves to get what you need to help you financially. But it just takes a little education. And Feed Me 24/7 has that education for you. And so for a one-time $10 fee, okay, you get a marketing system to be able to give away an ebook so people can be introduced to the crowdfunding phenomenon through Fund Me 24/7. And now you'll be able to raise the funds that you need to raise to send your kids to college if you need to, fix your roof on your house if you need to, put an addition onto your house, or maybe you've been to college and you racked up college debt. All right? Well, that can be a project that you can raise funds for through crowdfunding. You get what I'm talking about? So, as a business, all we ask is that you get the marketing platform for $10 and start educating people about crowdfunding and how to raise funds. If you do that and become a member of our community in 14 Eagles, which is only a $2 gift to 3 people, which is a total of $6. So for $16 out of pocket, you're setting up a platform to educate people, and you're giving $6 away to 3 people who need some help in our community. And because you did that, now you get to advertise your business with your goods and services. And it also puts you in line to receive gifts and contributions yourself. Now, is that a win-win situation or not? How can you lose? Where do you lose on that situation? How could you even say no if you have a business? How could you even say, well, let me check this out? See, understand, we just have to kind of reshape our thinking here. Because as a business getting involved in this community, you can have your cake and your pie and the whole meal too. Because even if you get involved as a business with just $16 out of pocket one time, and you're automatically helping somebody, whether you sell any goods and services or not, you've put yourself in a position to receive gifts and contributions. And in some cases, not all, but in some cases, you may end up bringing in more money by way of gifts and contributions than you do selling your goods and services. And that don't even fit logic, does it? We have a whole different concept here. And that's what we're trying to get people to understand. We're not trying to take anything from anybody. We don't want to talk anybody into it. We don't want to flim-flam anybody into it. No, we want you to want to be a part of our community. And so we figure if we can educate you about what this community is all about, what FundMe 24/7 is all about, if we can educate you on the concept of it, then guess what? The finance will follow. Because we're all about giving from the heart and sharing what we know. And as long as you're willing to accept whatever you can get from that, guess what? It's a win-win-win for everybody. It's a universal principle. Whatever you put out there in the universe, you get back tenfold. And that works both ways, right? Whether it be good or bad. We just prefer it to be good. I hope you follow me on this. Because I don't think anybody's ever seen a concept like this yet. I think that we are the first to try to do this. And guess what? There are other people and other organizations out here that's trying to do the right thing. They're trying to help people. They're trying to empower people. And so what that's going to do here with our community is going to connect us to those individuals, to those people, to those organizations. And it's already started for us. And we haven't even really penetrated anything yet. It's already started. We're already making the connections. So when we start this campaign with FundMe 24/7 and 14 Eagles together, everybody that's in our community right now will benefit from that. We have a database of over 30,000 people that we're getting ready to campaign to. This is just the beginning. And we have others that we're going to campaign to as well. This is a powerful thing. We hope you don't miss it. Okay? We hope you don't miss it. But even if you do miss it right now, that's no problem. Because later on down the road, you'll be coming back to us. We know that. Because we know where we're going with this community. We know it. Now, what I want to do real quick is I want to bring up a gentleman. I was telling you about FundMe 24/7. And I want to bring this gentleman up real quick because he is the principal guy of FundMe 24/7. He is the facilitator of FundMe 24/7. He's a good friend of mine. And the reason why I really wanted to partner with FundMe 24/7 is not because of FundMe 24/7, but because of him. Because I know where his heart is. I know the integrity of this guy. And as great as FundMe 24/7 is, it makes it even better that he's at the helm of it. Okay? Because he's the one that's going to make it viable for people to change their lives. Not FundMe 24/7, but this guy himself. Because he's the one that's going to make sure that FundMe 24/7 is there for the people and not for some grab bag. Okay? And Mark, if you would, unmute yourself real quick.
I'm here.
Okay, and if you can, just briefly go over FundMe 24/7 and how we are partnered together and what we're going to do with the campaign and how it's going to help most of the people.
Okay. Peace and blessings, everyone. It's always a pleasure to be able to talk to the family of 14 Eagles because, as Brian said, we've been brothers from another mother for a long time, a very long time, and we have the same heart, and that's the heart of being able to affect people's lives in a positive manner, where we can actually bring joy and wealth to their lives. First, by the information that 14 Eagles provides. It's information that you also hear Brian say that you don't get. It's just like a lot of the news that's on TV and in the papers and things like that. For example, a lot of it is fake. And the thing is that what you get is you get the real news on 14 Eagles, things that's going to really affect your lives. And the reason that we're partnered together is because we believe the same. We believe in, we believe in sharing not only the information that we have, but the finances as well. Because half the people in the United States go to bed every night wondering how they're going to pay that next bill tomorrow morning. They don't even want to get up because that's what they have to face. And what we are here now, we are a business. We are a business, so we help people to raise money for their business because you always got to have a plan B. Doesn't matter how much money you make, where you work, or whatever. You always want to have a plan B because the most important economy is the economy in your home. That's the most important economy. And so what we do, we provide a platform for people to raise money for any project that they may have, so long as it's legal, moral, and ethical. And just like 14 Eagle is not an MLM, just like 14 Eagle is not a pyramid, whatever, we're not a pyramid as well because our program was actually put into place by President Barack Obama March 5th, 2012, and it was called the Jobs Act. And we do crowdfunding. And again, what we do is that we show you how to raise. You can raise up to $1 million for any project that you have, so long as it's legal, moral, and ethical. And what we want to do, the reason that we have partnered with 14 Eagles, because we want to change the world. We want to wipe poverty out of the world, one by one or group by group, it doesn't matter, just so that we do our part. And this is why we share everything that we have. You hear Brian and Greg talk about, sharing the love and accepting the gifts and everything. And that's, we believe in that same principles. We operate our business on what we call the HIT method, which simply means honesty, integrity, and transparency. So you don't have to wonder about anything or any of us, because our family is just like the 14 Eagles family. We want to learn, we want to share, we want to love, and we want to give of ourselves. So, Brian, thank you for that time.
No problem, no problem. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure I was unmuted. Okay. And thank you, Mark. I tell you, this was like the perfect combination, 14 Eagles and Fund Me 24/7. And, only the creator could have put this together. This is a universal thing here. This is where the stars lined up just perfectly for these two platforms to come together to do what we're doing. All right, so this is going to be history in the making. And you're in the basement floor right now of this. Nobody knows about this. So when you have something this dynamic and nobody knows about it yet, then the opportunity is sky's the limit. Because you don't really get to be a part of an opportunity like this at the very, very, very beginning. And so that's what makes it so powerful. Okay, we haven't even written the script on what we're getting ready to do yet. And you're going to be a part of history. Understand that. Now, real quick, before we close this out, you know, we're doing this campaign, and you know, a lot of you may not know, or may know, 14 Eagles has been around for a while, and so we've helped a lot of people over the years. And believe it or not, people still don't really know about 14 Eagles yet. We're taking this to a whole new level. But we've had a database that we have built up throughout the years that people have come through 14 Eagles. They've come and gone, you know, and just like any other program. But now that we've done what we're doing with 14 Eagles, a lot of those people don't know this. They don't know what the new 14 Eagles. They don't know the partnership that we have with Fund Me 24/7. See, back when 14 Eagles first got started, there was quite a few gifting platforms out here. A lot of them, some of them were good, but most of them weren't so good. And that's where the distortion of the gifting platforms got the bad reputation. And so we had to, throughout the years, we had to try to change that throughout the years. And so now that we're at the point that we are right now, we can really change it now and change the mentality about the gifting process. And so because of that, we have an extensive database of people that have come through before, and we're getting ready to advertise to that. We're getting ready to campaign to those people. So where we have name recognition with those people, they may not have been around, for a while, but they're going to remember the name 14 Eagles because a lot of those people did get help through 14 Eagles. They did receive gifts through 14 Eagles. And so when they come back and take a look at what we're doing now, it's going to astonish them what we've done. And so, but what I want to do real quick, because even without the campaign, we want to show you something. It's numbers. Any business that you get involved with, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And you hear that all the time in business. Okay? But the numbers don't lie. That's the thing about numbers. That's an exact science, numbers. That's something that you can't fake, numbers. All right? And so the little exercise that I like to do is just to show the people the power of numbers, especially small numbers, is I do this. If you have a box on your left and there's $1 million in that box on your left, and in 30 days I say you can have that box with $1 million in it, it's yours. All you have to do is just wait 30 days, and it's your box. Your name is on it. But over to the right, you have a penny. And I say, you can have that penny, and every day, that penny will double for the next 30 days. And after 30 days of that penny doubling every day, you can have whatever's accumulated from that penny doubling every day for 30 days. Which would you take? The $1 million in the box? Or would you take the penny that doubles every day for 30 days? Which one would you take? And of course, people are going to think it's a trick question. But most people, the majority of the people, right off the top of their head, they're going to take what? You know what they're going to take. The $1 million. Because that's the type of society and mentality that we have right now. Get it now. Right? Okay, this is my challenge to you. Get a calculator, and I want you to take that penny with the calculator, and I want you to double that penny every day for the next 30 days. So you start out with a penny today. Tomorrow you have 2 more pennies. The next day you have 4 more pennies. And I want you to take a calculator and you keep adding, doubling those pennies every day for the next 30 days. It will astound you. Because after 30 days, you will have accumulated $5.3 million from a penny doubling every day for the next 30 days. Doesn't even seem possible, do it? Because I'm going to tell you, when I first did it, I couldn't believe it. I had to do it twice. It's power in small numbers. And numbers don't lie. Now, real quick, watch this. If you were to sponsor or invite 2 people, just 2 people, and they got 2 people, and those people got 2 people for the next 14 days, for the next 14 days, all they did was just get 2 people. Everybody just got 2 people for the next 14 days. How many people would you have in 2 weeks? Okay. How many people would you have in 2 weeks' time with just 2 people getting 2 people? Think about it. Well, watch this. 2 people getting 2 people, after 14 days, that's 2 weeks, you would have a total of 32,766 people. Don't even seem possible, does it? 32,766 people, and all everybody did was get 2. See how simple that is? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. Now, just in 14 Eagles, in the first step of 14 Eagles, receiving $2 gifts, just a $2 gift from everybody. Do you understand that's $49,000 in 2 weeks? In just 2 weeks' time. Now, in Fund Me 24/7, on the silver tier, at $12.50 in contributions towards your project, $12.50. That's a total of $273,000 in 2 weeks. I know I'm probably losing some people, but that's okay. Numbers don't lie. And see, and here's the dynamic thing about partnering with 14 Eagles and Fund Me 24/7. You're receiving gifts and contributions in 2 different platforms, in 4 different areas where you're receiving money. And here's the kicker. You're receiving the money from the same community of people, the same crowd of people, the same group of people. Now watch this. So just by being in those 2 platforms, that's $322,000 in 2 weeks. If everybody just went and got 2 people and brought them into the community. You feel what I'm saying here? Now, okay, let's bring it back down to reality, as we say, right? Because that is a simple method. That's a simple thing to do. It's simple. It seems simple, right? But we know that's not going to happen. Why? Because our minds are not geared that way. So, okay, let's make it more realistic then. Instead of 2 weeks, what if you did it in 2 months? Could you do it in 2 months? Could you think it could happen in 2 months? No, that's okay. That's too short too. Okay, what about if you did it in 2 years? If it took you 2 years to get $322,000 in 2 simple programs, would it be worth it? This is what we're trying to show. See, money is not the problem. It's the way we think is the problem. And so with our community, we're going to help each other to change the way that we think. I hope y'all can see that. I hope you can see that. Now, what I want to do, real quick, because I know it's getting late. I done got on my soapbox. I'm getting off my soapbox. I want to bring up what the guy that I call, let me see if he's here. The guy that I call Mr. 14 Eagles, because he's been with 14 Eagles since the beginning, and we've been through ups and downs and around the curves and around the corners and everything. We've seen it all, and we still here. And I think that, to me, he's the principal person that kept this thing going, kept 14 Eagles afloat. And he's always inspired me. So I'm going to try to bring up Greg. I'm going to unmute you, Greg. Say something.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, good. I got you. All right, I want you to go ahead and close us out. Yeah, go ahead and close us out, bro.
Okay, I appreciate it, and thanks everybody for being here, Mark. Appreciate your kind words, and we really appreciate the fact you're partnering with the 14 Eagles platform and family. Basically, all I want to say is this here: when Brian was talking a little bit about changing our mentality and how difficult it really is, I was listening to a gentleman last night, and he was talking about people of color are really free, but we like to live in this dichotomy of we're victims. Somebody owes us something. And he equated freedom with responsibility. And that's what we fear more than anything else, being responsible for ourselves, being responsible for our children, being responsible for our neighborhood, being responsible for our friends and family. That's what we need to do. We need to raise up our consciousness. We need our ability to do and think for ourselves. And that's what the 14 Eagles platform is truly, truly about. Like I said, the monetary gifts are great because they do help us because we all know everybody can use some extra funds, for emergencies and things like that there. But we're about really trying to bring up the mentality of our people so that we understand what it takes to be on an even playing field, and then nothing can stop us. We're the most creative people on the planet. We're the indigenous people of the planet. This is our home. We got to make it what we want it to be. And the only way you do that is through thinking right about yourself, your life, and your love. That being said, family, I want everybody to come back again next Thursday. Bring your friends and family. Let them listen to what we have to say. Don't try to convince them. Let them come for themselves. Let them get their questions answered. We are here as a family, as a team, to make this happen. And we're not going to stop. Because we're going to leave no stone left unturned. These calls are recorded, so you can sit around the water cooler tomorrow and say, hey, have you heard about the 14 Eagles platform and the combination that they have now with Fund Me 24/7? If you haven't, you need to take a listen. So what you need to do is make sure you contact us through Control Tower at 14eaglesden.com, Control Tower at 14eaglesden.com, and make sure you are on our email mailing list so you can get the information that we have so you can share it with your friends and family.
All right. Hey, Greg. Did we lose? We lost him. because I think he was on the phone. So what he was saying was, you can contact us if anyone brought you here that's a part of 14 Eagles already or part of Fund Me 24/7. Get with them, all right, so they can explain to you how the process works to get involved in 14 Eagles and Fund Me 24/7. If you're not with anyone that's with Fund Me 24/7 or 14 Eagles, come to the website, which is www.14eaglesden.com. You can scroll down to the bottom of the website, and right here where it says join our newsletter, you can put your name and your email in and submit it, and you can get part of our email database, so you can get our weekly emails that we send out, okay? And you can also connect with us down here where you can send us a message. It'll come straight to us and let us know that you want to get involved in the community. And we will put you with someone that will help you through the process of getting involved with the community. And somebody will work with you. You know, when you come to this community, you're not a lone ranger here. We work together, okay? And we're going to always have someone that's going to work with you. And we're going to help you move along. So you're not here by yourself, okay? We want to make that clear. And then also, you can click on the Contact Us tab on the website as well, and you will be able to come to these webinars on Thursday nights. We're here every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have the link, a live link that can bring you, if you're on the computer, you can click on the live link, and it will put you into our webinar on your computer, okay? If you can only be on the call, you can call this number right here, 701-801-1211, and then you put in the ID code, 352-213-268 £. All right? And again, the control tower at 14eaglesden.com is our email address. And if you really want to try to introduce people to the concept of 14 Eagles as well, and you're not at a computer, write this number down, which is our sizzle call number, 641-715-3800, and the PIN number is 98918 £. Listen to that little message on that call, and it'll give you a snapshot of what we are about here at 14 Eagles. Again, I appreciate everyone coming to the call. Bring somebody with you if you can, so they can hear what we do here, hear the concept. You might not be able to explain it to them. Let us explain it to them. Right? And we appreciate you coming and checking us out. And we're here every Thursday night at 8:30. So with that being said, everybody have a great night, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Oh, and before we go, I just want to make sure to let you know, make sure that you're part of our email updates, because Fund Me 24/7, they have their overview calls on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. We send out an email in reference to that, so you can tune into that. And also, they have a separate presentation for Feed Me 24/7, so you can learn all about those two platforms as well. So you want to make sure you get that information as well on Thursday nights. Okay? So with that being said, thank you for coming. Everybody have a great night, a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.